Hi, today we have Citroen C5 Aircross with 1.5 HDI engine. I'm going to show you how to change the timing chain, but first I want to say something about this vehicle. The engine is died, it's not starting. When I check with the diagnostic tester, there wasn't any fault code, didn't show fault codes. I checked in real-time data, checked for RPM. I have RPM. Also checked the fuel pressure. I had fuel pressure, and I noticed that the engine was cranking a little strange, like it had difficulties to turn. And after that I opened this oil cap, and when I cranked the engine I noticed that the exhaust camshaft is not spinning, and that's why it couldn't crank properly. Also, it didn't want it to start. So now I have to disassemble the top part of the engine so I can see what's the damage made here, and what I will have to replace. First, I'm going to start by removing the air filter housing. I'm going to disconnect this hose. Also, I'm going to disconnect the air meter. I'm going to disconnect this hose, and I'm going to open these two bolts here with 13mm wrench, and I'm going to remove the entire air filter housing. I had to open also these three bolts with Torx 20, and be careful, there is a plastic holder and here for the vacuum line. Try not to damage it. Next, I'm going to disconnect the wiring. First pull out the orange pin, and after that I can disconnect the injectors. There is one bolt here with 8mm wrench, and also there are two plastic pins here, and the other one is here on the thermostat housing. It's from the under this plastic box. Be careful with this line, this is the coolant line. We just need to move it like this a little, so we can have space here for working. Next, I'm going to disconnect this plastic pipe. There are two bolts with 10mm wrench. Also, we have one bolt here with 10mm wrench, one bolt here with 10mm wrench, and disconnect the rubber hose. Also, I removed this plastic pipe from the turbo. I have put some paper so nothing to fall inside. One bolt here with 10mm wrench. Next, I'm going to remove this plastic pipe. Now we have to disconnect the plastic clamp, the metal clamp with screwdriver. One bolt here with 10mm wrench, and we have one bolt under the hose. It's right over here. So first we have to disconnect this hose so we can remove the bolt here with 10mm wrench. I have disconnected the differential pressure sensor and these two temperatures, this connector for the temperature sensors, and I was able to move the cables on that side. Next I'm going to disconnect the fuel lines from here, also here, and I'm going to disconnect the return lines from the fuel injectors. To remove the return lines, first you have to pull out this white or brown plastic pin, and after that slowly moving you can remove the whole return line. Next I'm going to disconnect this vacuum hose. I'm going to try to twist it a little so I can remove it easily. And next I'm going to open the bolts of the camshaft cover, so I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bolts, 8 with 8mm wrench and this one with 10mm wrench. Next I'm going to open the metal hoses for the injectors, and I'm going to open these 4 bolts with female Torx 12, and I hope that the fuel injectors will be removed easily, because sometimes they can be very stuck. I'm going to remove the whole rail, 2 bolts with 10mm wrench, disconnect the sensor, have disconnected the metal pipe at the back, 17mm wrench, and the return line with plastic quick fit coupling. So now I'm going to try to remove the whole rail, because I would have to remove it anyway to remove the aluminum cover. Next for the fuel injectors. I was very lucky this time, they are not stuck, so with a big pray bar I have managed to push them like this, and now they are all moving and can be removed from the vehicle. Mark them, you have to return them from where you remove them, so I suggest to mark the position of the fuel injectors. And if you ever need to change the injector, you have to recode it, and also have to pay attention that on French vehicles the first cylinder starts from here to this one, and usually on the other vehicles the first cylinder is marked here and other way around. Next I have to remove the throttle body, so I can remove this plastic bracket here. There are 4 bolts of the throttle body, 2 we have on this side and 2 we have on the other side. They are diagonally and they can be opened with 8mm wrench, and after that I have to disconnect this connector. If I remove the throttle body together with the plastic pipe, 3 bolts with 8mm wrench, it wasn't possible to remove it like this, because the plastic bracket was in the way, and also there is a pin for aligning the throttle body with the plastic pipe. So I just removed it all, disconnected the map sensor. Next I'm going to remove this plastic bracket. There are 3 bolts with 8mm wrench. Next, I'm going to disconnect the camshaft position sensor. I'm going to open this bolt with Torx 30, remove the sensor, and after that I'm going to open these bolts of the upper plastic cover. 1, 2, 3 bolts with 7mm wrench. So now we have access to the timing belt. I'm going to turn the timing belt so I can lock the pin on the camshaft, and I'm going to open the center bolt with a 16mm wrench to remove the sprocket, and after that I'm going to remove the plastic behind the sprocket. Now I want to remove the upper cover, aluminum cover, so I can see what's the damage, and after that when I'm going to reinstalling everything back together, then I will have to support the engine and remove the brackets so I can properly install the timing belt. The problem was that this vehicle is with automatic transmission, and unless the engine is started, it cannot be shift to neutral, so the transmission is stuck in parking and you can't move the vehicle. So we had to find special tools to put under the tires so we can roll the vehicle, so we can put it inside the workshop, and also so we can tow it. So I have removed these two bolts with 10mm wrench, so I can move the plastic, and I think that aluminum cover can go through. And now on this side I have to remove the vacuum pump, because this one is attached to the aluminum cover. Or should I try to remove it with a vacuum pump, just to disconnect the hoses? I think I will try that way. I'm just going to disconnect the hoses and remove the aluminum cover together with the vacuum pump. I just have to remove this bracket here with Torx 30. Remove the fast couplings from the pump, and after that I have to open a lot of bolts with 8mm wrench, so I can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm not sure this one is going all the way down. 15, 16, 17, 18 bolts with 8mm wrench. So I'm going to remove them all, and I will try to remove the aluminum cover. So I have removed the cover. Now we can see some parts from the tensioner. I was thinking there will be broken camshaft followers, but as I can see, everyone are in perfect condition. So here is the timing chain. The good thing is that the camshaft is not broken. Oh, I can see the camshaft cover is broken over here at this bolt from the tensioner. of the timing chain. I have to disassemble it so I can see better what is the problem here. First I have removed the vacuum pump, 2 bolts with 10mm wrench. So now I have to open these hole bolts that hold the two pieces together, and after that I can remove the tensioner from the aluminum cover, because it goes through the aluminum cover. So we have 20 bolts with 10mm wrench and with 8mm wrench, and also 2 more bolts of the tensioner also with 8mm wrench. Good thing is that the camshaft is not broken, only the tensioner. And this part here, so I'm not sure how this is going to work. We will have to figure it out. Have to search for a new aluminum cover. And this timing chain it's something like from the toy for the kids. It's not wonder that it fails very easily and at low mileage. My suggestion is when you replace the timing belt, also replace the timing chain, because this one is not good. It's not good constructed.